And so what I'd like to do now is I'd like to turn over to Miss Mary Gaskins. We, as one of the side effects, I guess, or one of the consequences about Lakeside Middle School opening where it's going to open is that the Lexington Middle School campus then is there and is available, and we want to show you some ideas that we have for that campus. And so, Ms. Gaskins, if you would.
Absolutely. So we've been excited to be able to really think creatively about our current programs and how we can really leverage the current Lexington Middle School campus to really put together all of our programs that customize learning anyway in a very centralized location. So on the screen, you see a number of our programs where we currently really personalize learning and create pathways for students. And so it's going to be exciting to be able to have those programs together on that campus. I'll kind of start at the bottom with the partnerships. As you know, Palmetto College already has a presence on that campus, and they're looking forward to really getting back and doing some recruitment work there. We're going to be really excited to also be able to have Midlands Tech have a presence on that campus. And paired with that, our adult education program and parenting center, which will really offer us a wonderful opportunity to, as students finish the adult ed program, walk them down the hallway to think about that after graduation plan and those services that will be available for them. So we're really excited about that. And again, continuing to pair our parenting center with our adult education services, which is really exciting. Also on that campus, we'll have our alternative education program, as well as the Lexington One Online Learning Academy and the College Center. So currently the College Center is at our Gilbert High School campus, but with the College Center rapidly growing and Gilbert High School rapidly growing, that is not a sustainable plan, even as we hope to welcome 75 more students next year in our next class of the College Center. We are just out of space at Gilbert High School. So we're really excited about them moving to the Lexington Middle School campus. And in doing so, that will also help us to really create, hopefully, a fiscally sustainable program there as we can do some FTE sharing with Lula and also with AES in support of all of those programs. We're going to be coming, and Mr. Salters may want to weigh in here, but we'll be coming back to you very soon with some name options as we think about what to name that campus with this theme of customization in mind.
Yeah, Mary, the only thing I would add is that as we look to transition with Lakeside coming on board and really a lot of the building being available early this spring, we're looking to jump on the move with that. And so these programs, we're looking to have start the school year next year on that campus. So it's going to be a busy summer. We got to move a lot of folks out of the current facility, get it cleaned up, and then transition over. And as you recall in the referendum, we do have some limited funding for repurposing of the facility, and we'll be identifying those needs and working through that as well as we go through. But we anticipate housing these programs really without a whole lot of renovation work necessary and things like that. So it's really a good fit for the space.
Ms. Gaskins, can you talk a little bit more about Midlands Tech's presence on this campus? Because that's really a brand new thing for us. It looks a bit like an organization in Greenville called, I think, the University Center is what they call it, with multiple higher education partners on the same campus. But there's already been some conversations about some of the things that they would like to do on that campus. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So as you know, we already have a really strong dual enrollment presence in Lexington One, and so we're creating those pathways already for our students with Midlands Tech and some other higher ed too. But with them on this campus, we really hope to create some pathways for students. So not just getting college credit, but truly pathways to careers. And so having them there and having that presence and making it so readily available to the community in Lexington, we know that we can really expand all of the ways that we can build out those career pathways and give back to the community in terms of economic development too.
And I know we need to walk before we run, but again, I think as we mature through this, engaging our big box manufacturers in the county, Nefron, Michelin, and others, about what their work needs are, because everyone's looking for employees now. And so that, our students or even our citizens in this county can have pathways to a certification that gets them a job in this county would be huge. So again, we got to get the bones up, but then we can start putting meat and start fleshing it out. So, and I'd love to share this with council and Lexington Chamber, and we need to start telling this story over the months to come. So this is a good story for us.
And
for
about
this county.
in about two presentations, you're going to get a little bit more of that too. With
Yes.
Mr. Myers just going to share his thoughts on that.
All right, and I want to thank Mr. Calhoun, since he's in the room, for giving us 1 million tours in the last couple of months while we figured all of this out. So thank you, Mr. Calhoun.
Well, and for our community, that campus is designed perfectly for this. So, I mean, y'all know the history better than me, but originally, I think it was a high school campus, right? And so it's got modular buildings that are
It
perfect
does.
for adult-type learning. So it's going to be wonderful.
And lots of shared spaces, too, for performances and professional learning and community events. We're excited about that as well.
And it is our hope that while the Midlands Tech program initially is over there to work with our adult ed and our college center group, that we hope that they'll actually be able to open up that campus eventually to Lexington proper. We don't have a major higher ed presence in the greater Lexington area. It's on the outskirts, Batesford, Gleesville, the airport campus, those kinds of places. But there's not really one in the heart of Lexington. And so it's our hope that Midlands Tech will eventually be maybe doing classes in the evening or whatever that looks like. So that's kind of as we dream big. Now, we're not there yet, but we feel like they're a perfect, when you think about adult education, for example, you're taking a person who's been unsuccessful historically in school. And that person sometimes is 17 years old. Sometimes that person is 57 years old, and they're coming back to school because they want to set a good example for their grandchildren. We've seen a number of those stories throughout the years. Or someone's decided that they want, as what happened just a couple years ago, a young man wanted his dad to see him get his GED before his dad passed away. His dad had terminal cancer. So we have those stories out there. How awesome would it be to be able to take a high school dropout, not only make them a high school graduate with their GED, or depending on where they are in the process, and then turn them into a college graduate of Midlands Tech, of either be a certification, an associate's degree, or even a 4-year degree, whatever that looks like. That is a tremendous return on investment for our community, where you're taking more likely a low-skill, underemployed person from what their potential could potentially be into someone who is highly skilled with technical skills or some type of further 4-year or more education. So really that idea and that concept is actually really, really exciting. And so for having them tied so closely together, we think that's going to be a major shift. All right, anything else, Ms. Gaskins, you would like to add?
I think that's it, unless you have any questions.